Hey guys, welcome back to Project Rebuild 2022, and we got a PlayStation 3 update for you today. So I went out today and I dropped in one of the CX shops, and it was the larger of the two. Haven't been there probably close to 2 months now. It's been a while since I went there, and I thought I'd just try my luck, see if they got anything in. As I said before, the two shops, they're getting quite barren at the moment. Not many people are trading in their PlayStation 3 games. So they've just got a lot of old stock, and I've got all the games that I've wanted so far. But I did manage to grab 5 games today, and they're all great games. I did really well, actually. I knocked off a couple here that I was very happy to get. One in particular I've been trying to get for ages, ever since I began this quest to rebuild my PlayStation 3 collection. Finally got it today and added it to the collection. Really chuffed, because after I filmed this and I've put the video together, I'm going to be playing that because I can't wait to get stuck into it. So yeah, God, it's so hot. I don't know what's happening there. It's been really nice today, but then suddenly the temperature's changed and now it's like really close, and it's so humid and it's not nice. It's not nice at all. Anyway, so crack on with the game. So first up is a game that I have yet to complete. I got stuck. This seems to be a theme with some of these games, but this one was quite frustrating. I got stuck because I really enjoyed it. The game is Mirror's Edge. So this is a first-person free running game. It's really cool. There's a second one called Mirror's Edge Catalyst, which is on PS4, which I will eventually play. But I need to get back into that because the character of Faith was really cool. I love the first-person running. I thought it was really interesting and different. I love how the world was all white, but then you had red to accent where you're supposed to go to give you an idea. It was a really cool idea, really well executed. I thought the controls were excellent. But I remember I got fairly far into the game and I got stuck in a hallway where, if I remember right, you got to run up a wall and jump and grab a bar or something. I remember I was talking about it years ago on my channel, and someone told me how to do it. And I think I managed to do it eventually. It took me a long time, but I never actually finished the game. So I've been dying to get it back in the collection and play it again, because I really want to play it and finish it. I really like Mirror's Edge. I thought, in a sea of like third-person shooting, covering, and first-person shooters, and open world games and RPGs and all the stuff that we always get, to see something original and different was really cool at the time. I don't know anything about the sequel. I don't know if it's any good, got good reviews or not. I'll wait and see when I get it if I like it, because I don't trust reviewers most of the time anyway. So next one is, for me, one of, if not the most underrated, overlooked games of the HD generation. I've talked about it before, and that is Sleeping Dogs. An absolutely fantastic open world game set in Hong Kong. Originally was meant to be a true crime game, morphed into Sleeping Dogs, and again, like when I said about in the previous video about Max Payne 3, people don't talk about this game, and I don't know why. I can't remember the last time I saw anyone pick it up or talk about it, but it is absolutely brilliant. If you love open world games, it's a brilliant open world game. Even if you don't, I'd recommend playing it. It's really fun. There's some absolutely fantastic action. The combat is absolutely superb. You do hand-to-hand combat as well as gunplay. The guns are incredible. The cars are incredible. The environment of Hong Kong looks absolutely beautiful. And whether you buy it on PS3 and 360 or you buy the remastered version for PS4, they're all great. I've played them all, and it's just so much fun. One of the games that I've played through multiple times, like a Tomb Raider, a Medal of Honor, or the Uncharted series. It's just one old Bloodstone. It's one of those games that, for me, for that generation, is an absolute go-to when I'm stuck. And Watch Dogs as well, when you're talking about open world games. Watch Dogs, Sleeping Dogs, and Mafia 2 are probably my 3 favourites, and Grand Theft Auto 4, of course. Those are the top 4 open world games for me from that generation. They're absolutely superb. And trust me, guys, if you've never played Sleeping Dogs, please give it a try, because it's so much fun. The story's great, the characters are great, the environment is absolutely stunning to look at, it's beautiful. The hand-to-hand combat is just so satisfying. You even get environmentals where you can slam people into like hot stoves, throw them in bins, hang them on meat hooks. It's really cool. And then when they introduce the guns are really fun. Yeah, and the cars work really well. In fact, I can't actually fault that game. Everything is well designed, works really well. It's a lot of fun to play. The controls are really nice and tight. It's absolutely, for me, one of the most overlooked games of that generation. I really don't get why people don't talk about it. Really strange. Unless it was just one that perhaps people buy, and there was a lot of great games that generation, so it could be, but that's what the reason is. Next game. Okay, so this is the game I've been trying to pick up right since the beginning when I first decided to rebuild this PlayStation 3 collection. So some of you will know what this is going to be. This is the game that I've seen a couple of times in both shops, either bad condition or most of the time missing the manual, and they only have one copy at a time. It doesn't come in multiple copies. So when I found this today, I saw it on the shelf. As I picked it up, I thought, please have the manual. And I opened it up and it was complete. I was like, oh, thank God for that, finally. And it's one of my favourite games from one of my favourite series. It is Ridge Racer 7. I absolutely love this game. Ridge Racer 6 on the 360 is a really good game. But for me, Ridge Racer 7 is a much better game. Even now, it holds up graphically. I mean, I don't know if it actually was a launch title, it might have been. But I'm pretty certain it was around that 2007 era. The game is fantastic. It still looks nice. The graphics look really good. It handles well. The music's fantastic in the game. One of my favourite Ridge Racer games. Really chuffed to have that. Going to be playing it later on today. Can't wait to get back into it and start doing some ridge racing. But yeah, I'm proper chuffed to finally get that in there at last. You know, I'm only like 45 games in and then I eventually find it. So these last two are the big ones, I think. One, people will disagree with me, but trust me. So in fact, no, to be quite honest with you, probably all disagree with me on both of these games. And people who have played them will probably think, well, either of, I don't know, maybe they are Marmite games. They could be, I'm not sure. I haven't talked to enough people about these games. I just know that the press hated both of these games, I think, for the most part. But anyway, the first game is Enemy Front. So this is a World War II first-person shooter with a difference. So instead of it being linear and you just do your mission, this one's a little bit more open world, not entirely, but the really cool thing I love about this game, not only has it got absolutely beautiful graphics and incredible environments, but as you're walking through a village, say, to get to a mission point, you'll suddenly hear voices in the distance. And as you get closer, you'll suddenly realise that there's villagers that have been taken captive by the local Nazis, and the Nazis are going to execute them, and you have a decision to make. Do you go and help them, or you just ignore them and carry on with your mission? And I love that about it. I love that extra little bit, instead of just going A to B, which is what I normally prefer with World War II games. But I just like the idea that you've got that option to go, and I always save them. I always run over and kill all the Nazis, because you just have to, because they're Nazis. It's a great game. I know it didn't get good reviews, and Blue Tonic 78 years ago played it and said he didn't like it, but he said to me, Pete, give it a try, you never know, because I have a massive love for World War II first-person shooters. And in fact, to be honest, anything set in World War II is good, isn't it? And I played it and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was fantastic. You know, as I say, big, wide open environments, beautiful graphics. All right, sometimes the controls and that aren't always great. They're good enough, but you know, sometimes it's not great. I remember there's a bit in a church where I got frustrated a bit, but it was a minor thing. I really enjoyed playing through the game. I had a lot of fun with it, and I've been dying to get back in the collection ever since. So yeah, proper chuffed to have that in there. You know, I mean, anything World War II first-person shooter, I'm pretty much going to give a try, because you know, even the bad ones are fun. And the last game, this was the most expensive game that I picked up today. This is a game that on the Xbox 360 has shot up through the roof. It's gone crazy with the prices. I haven't checked recently, but last time I checked it was in the 30 quid range. PS3 I wasn't sure. I knew it was starting to grow a little bit in price, but I didn't know how much it was because I haven't really checked lately. And it's a game that I really enjoy a lot. And I saw it today and I nearly didn't pick it up. So I'll show you what it is. It's 50 Cent Blood on the Sand. So this is a third-person action game where you play as 50 Cent, run around with his buddies from the G Unit, and you just basically, it's an arcade shooter, third person, you just run around, just blast everything, shoot all the bad guys. You got 50 Cent's music in the background, which I love. It's really cool. I'm just trying to I'm forgetting the name of the bloke now. There's Young Buck, 50 Cent, and Lloyd Banks. That's who I was trying to remember. It's been a long time since I listened to the G Unit, but yeah, very cool, very great game. I say this was the most expensive game. This cost me a tenner, which is more than I paid for any of my PS3 games so far. But I saw it there and I thought, do I really want to spend 10 quid on that today? I've only got 4 games. There aren't any other games I want to buy today. And I thought to myself, you know what, if I don't buy it, I'm going to regret it. I remember Rob, S6 Retro Gamer. I don't remember the game now. It might have been Silent Hill Shattered Memories, I can't remember. I remember in a video when he said he'd been putting off buying a game for ages and the price had just constantly gone up and up. And it was at a point where he was like, oh, I really don't want to spend that money now. And he wishes he bought it when he did. That's how I felt today. I thought 10 quid, it's a bit more than any of the other games I've bought. But if I don't buy it now and it goes to 15, 20, 30 and does a 360 on me, I'm going to be really pissed off if I haven't picked it up. So I'm going to be like, why didn't I just grab it? So that's why I picked it up. And it's a bloody good game. It's really fun. If you just want a dumb action game where you just run around shooting everybody, there's a story, but it doesn't matter. And there's no real tactics to it. You literally just run around and just gun everyone down. Play that. It's really, really fun. Honestly, it's one of those games that I think most people would look at and go, oh, I bet that's shite, and just overlook it. But it's actually really fun. Just as much as Bulletproof on the Xbox and the PlayStation 2. They're both pretty similar games and they're really, really fun. So there you go. That is the latest stack of 5. That takes me up to 50 games, which is the most amount of PlayStation 3 games I've ever owned, which is incredible. And I've still got a lot more to buy, and I've still got a lot of games, such as Medal of Honor Airborne, The Bourne Conspiracy, which I cannot get a decent copy of. I've only seen it a couple of times and it's always been in crap condition. Really frustrating. All these like basic games that I've had in the past, and I'm just not finding them at all. So eventually I am going to have to go back to eBay, I think, and start doing a bit of buying on eBay, which will cut down the amount that I spend as well, because they can be a little bit more expensive unless I get lucky like I did before on the auctions. So we'll see on that front. But CEX is drying up massively. Unless I go to another city or town or something anytime soon, then maybe I can have a look in one of their CEXs. But in my area, they're running dry on PS3, which is a real shame. But, you know, I can't complain. I've done well. I've got 50 games. So, you know, even if I don't buy any for a while, I've got a lot of games to be playing. You know, I'm currently playing through Black Site, by the way. Really enjoying that. I showed that in a previous pickup video. Alex, actually, BlueTonic78, did point out to me after that video that he just played it, I think, last year, he said, and he really enjoyed it. So I thought, oh, I'll just pop it in and give it a try. And I played it, and I remembered where I got to when I played it on 360 a few years ago. And it's a really good game. Again, though, the weird thing, the difficulty, the medium setting is called hard, which I was like, that doesn't make any sense. And so that was the one I played it on before, and I found it really tough. Today, this week even, I put it on the basic level, which should be really easy, but it's not. It still gives you quite a bit of a challenge. And I found it a lot more fun to play for. I'm not just getting frustrated and stuck. And I've managed to get quite far. I'm pretty far past where I got before. Great game, really enjoying it so far. Really nice little first-person shooter. Graphically, it's dated, but actually, to be honest, it don't look that bad. There are certain parts of it anyway, like the monsters and that, look pretty good. Considering I think it came out in 07, which was the same as Resistance, which has aged terribly and looks bloody awful now, even though it's still a great game. But yeah, really surprised. So that's the one I'm currently playing. I'm going to slam on some Ridge Racer later on, just race some tracks, because I am beyond chuffed to finally have a copy of that game to play. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. So there you go, guys. That's the 5 games. Let me know in the comments down below if you've played any of those games. What do you think of them? And also, if you've played Mirror's Edge Catalyst, is it any good? Is it worth getting? And if you want to see more of these PlayStation 3 videos, just click on my channel, and there's a playlist for PlayStation 3 pickups, so you can see what I've purchased previously, which are over there. Also, guys, if you like the video, please get a thumbs up. It really does help to get the video promoted by the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to see more videos from me, just click on subscribe, ring that notification bell. Thanks, guys. See you next time.